Hey everyone, Tori here, and I hope you're having an awesome day. So today I thought I'd take a moment of your time to talk about a game I'm actually quite looking forward to playing. No silliness, no messing around, just me sharing my enthusiasm for a game with you. So this is Lost Ember. It's an exploration indie game made by developers Mooneye Studios, and their first game I believe, as I can't find evidence of any previous work on their website. The game offers no combat, complex puzzles or risk of death. It's just you, peacefully exploring the wilderness at your own pace and taking in the sights while you try to piece together the history of this world. Lost Ember was funded through Kickstarter, a very successful funding too, with nearly 8,000 backers and over 300,000 euros pledged of their original 100,000 euro goal. For a small, relatively unknown indie development team working on their first ever game, that is pretty impressive, and it's awesome to see how many people are excited for Lost Ember. So, the story. Lost Ember tells the tale of a wolf with the ability to control other animals. This gives it the ability to fly, swim, and even dig underground to make its way through the world. The wolf begins a journey across the land on a quest to reach the fabled city of Machu Kila, and along the way, discovers what became of the inhabitants who once ruled. So far we know of two types of people, the Inrasi and the Avani. Not much has been mentioned about the Avani, and all we know of the Inrasi is that they were once a mighty civilization named after Inra, who I assume to be either their deity or the founder of the civilization, like Romulus was to Rome and the Romans in mythology. Given the names mentioned during the official story teaser, and the style of architecture in the game, I assume the developers took inspiration from Incan culture. The fabled city is named Machu Kila. We can see architecture similar to that of Machu Picchu in Peru, and in one brief shot, we even get a gander at the style of clothing the Inrasi wore, which has been carved into two statues. 1,000 years prior to the events of the game, a cataclysmic event occurred which wiped the Inrasi civilization out. Said event is only described by the narrator as an eternal night, a deafening roar, and the night coming with thunderous water. It could be purely poetic on the narrator's part, or it could literally mean a never-ending eclipse occurred, along with a mega tsunami or a massive flood from a storm, which wiped out the entire Inrasi civilization, its people, its cities, everything. I don't know, maybe the moon fell out the sky Legend of Zelda style. That would certainly darken the world, make a deafening roar, and I'm sure stir up the seas a little bit. Though I suppose that would leave the world a little more damaged than it looks in the trailers. Anyway, back to current events. The wolf is accompanied on his journey of discovery by a friendly little Ember companion. The Ember, who is also the narrator previously mentioned, tells how he saw the events of the fall of the world unfold, and how he's been searching for 1,000 years for this wolf. The Ember isn't just here to tag along, however. He has his own useful abilities that will prove invaluable to the wolf, such as the power to create pathways through environments that would otherwise have been inaccessible without a nifty bird on hand to possess. This, however, begs the question, what exactly is the wolf? And why is he so special to the Ember? On first glance, you'd think it was just, well, a normal bog-standard wolf, but it seems to be highly intelligent. It knows to follow the Ember without question, it knows it has the ability to possess other creatures, and does so frequently to succeed in its goals, and it can even call upon the Ember for help when it gets lost. Couple in the fact the Ember has been searching for it for 1,000 years, a time frame that would obviously far outstretch the lifespan of any ordinary wolf, and you can tell there's more to this creature than first glance would lead us to believe. Also, why can this wolf possess other animals? Is it an ability it's always been able to do? Is it a power the Ember gave it in order to make travelling to Machu Kila much easier? Perhaps it's not the wolf using this power at all, and the Ember chooses what it can control. When the wolf begins taking possession of another animal, a red glow surrounds it, similar to the one that surrounds the Ember, as well as the glow that occurs when he creates a new pathway for his furry friend. So it's plausible the Ember is doing this through his own abilities, but none of this answers the questions I asked earlier, and in fact just brings up even more. So I'm going to leave this train of thought for now and talk a little bit more about the disaster that befell the world. I believe there are hints to this tragedy in the game's main theme, All That You Are. Take shelter from the sun and grow in shade, and the darkness falls around me at night could refer to the eternal night that darkened the world. whereas the rain will wash the sorrows away could be a reference to a storm that swept away everything, including the civilization of the Inrasi people. I could possibly be looking too hard into that, but that's the impression I got upon learning more about the Inrasi and having listened to this song multiple times. Also, check out the song when you get the chance, it is absolutely amazing. It's also worth mentioning the synopsis for Lost Ember on Steam's store page states the game is about a story of loyalty, despair, and betrayal that led to the fall of a whole world. That seems odd to write if the Inrasi were just unlucky and were hit by a freak event they had no control over. Instead, what it could possibly mean is that the downfall of the world was brought about by the meddling of an individual or perhaps a group of people. Maybe something happened between the Inrasi and the Avani. The narrator does give some exposition on both people, stating they once stood side by side and worked together, but that peace did not last. Perhaps a devastating war broke out that left the world in ruins. Maybe someone dabbled too much in some form of magic they shouldn't have been messing around with. After all, magic does seem to exist in this world, given the existence of the sentient ember and the wolf's possession abilities. On the Lost Ember website, it even states, "A once mighty civilization now lies in ruins, its majestic temples and glorious civic buildings enshrined by nature itself. Reveal their fate and get to know the characters behind its fall." There's also a hint of this in the theme song once again, with the line, "and swim the river clean of pride and lies." Perhaps someone got too big and proud for their boots, and abused the power they had at their disposal, causing the end of the world. Maybe the Avani betrayed the Inrasi or vice versa, with one lying to the other in some way, and ultimately setting in motion the downfall of their once ally civilization. Or I could just be talking out my arse and the game's all about global warming, with the message humanity will be their own downfall if they don't do more to save their world rammed down our throats. Who knows, I'm kind of out of theories by this point. So now I've given you some insight about the game, what do you guys think of Lost Ember? Does the story intrigue you? What do you think the wolf is? Just your ordinary wild doggo or something much more? What's so special about Machu Kila and why does the Ember want to go there? So many questions! Let me hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now on Lost Ember. I cannot wait for it to release on Steam, which, by the way, as long as everything goes to plan, should be on the 19th of July, so hold on to your butts. Thank you all for watching and peace out. Shout out to supporters Klaxon, Thomas Hinton, Jeffrey Thomas, Razak, Zugador, Ross Ward, Samuel DeBoss, Poplio the Destroyer, and Merendor. Thank you so much, guys, for continuing to support me, even when I have my off days or bad days or whatever you want to call them. I really do appreciate everything you do for me, and that's everybody, not just the highest donators I have, but even the people who just take the time to watch these videos and leave a comment, leave a like, all that jazz. I really, really appreciate it, and I cannot say that enough. So thank you once again, guys, and ta-ta!